Good morning, guys. I'm sorry I can't be there with you this morning. I will see you at noon, though, and several of you will be working with me at lunch. All right, we are looking at a nonfiction article today. How do we know that? I'm looking at the title. It says The Teacher's Apple Quarterly. This gives me a hint that it's from a newspaper. I have a date, January 2011. Okay, again, another hint that it's from a newspaper. When I preview through the article, I see real pictures. Again, here's the picture. What do I see on this picture? I see people standing on a boat, sitting on a boat, and they're reading. This little piece of information right here, this is called the caption. Remember that from our text features? The poster's up on the wall. Look up at it now. This caption says, "Students attend class aboard a school boat." Interesting. Looks like this is very real. All right, there's one more picture. Okay, we see the inside of the boat. We see what looks like students, like you guys. They have a stack of books. They're reading or studying. Who do you think this person is? Mrs. Johnston. Yay! All right, our caption also here says, "Students receive guided reading lessons." Okay, that is the end of our article. So, it is definitely a nonfiction article. You will be answering the STAR questions. This is from the STAR last year, and I'm going to intersperse them and help you out with them. Okay, paragraph number 1. You know that because this is number 1 right here. Sailing to New Horizons is the title. You might take a car, a bus, or a bike to school, but in Bangladesh, instead of waiting for a school bus to come down the street, many students wait for a school boat to come down the river. That's right. These students attend school on a boat. Bangladesh is very close to sea level. For this reason, the land is flooded for 5 months of every year. The flooding creates many problems. For the nearly 160 million people living there, the periodic flooding means that they are often unable to access roads, electricity, or telephones. All right, we're going to pause here. We're looking at this word underlined, periodic. Of course, the STAR has a question about it because if it's underlined, you know that the STAR is putting emphasis on that. They want you to tell them what it means. For this one thing, I'm going to help you guys with the dictionary entry. Periodic. We see that there are 7 definitions. Number 1, recurring at regular intervals of time. Number 2, occurring or appearing at regular intervals. Repeated or irregular intervals for number 3. And then we have a physics, mathematics, astronomy definition. The very last one is pertaining or characterized to rhetorical periods or periodic sentences. Okay, if you look at these, I see 1, 2, 3 definitions that all say regular, 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 intervals, 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 and time. Those 3 words keep being repeated. So I want you to take a guess at what you think the answer is now. Continuing on. Growing up in Bangladesh, Mohammad Rezwan was often frustrated by these disruptions. Though the floods sometimes hindered his education, Rezwan eventually finished school and became an architect. He did not want to design houses, though. He had a better idea. In 1998, he founded an organization called Shidhulai Swanivar Sangstha. The name means self-reliance. The purpose of this organization is to help the people of Bangladesh receive an education and also to bring technology and improved quality of life to poor people in remote areas of the country. In 2002, Rezwan began transforming schools into boats. The boats he used were long and narrow, with flat bottoms so that they could float in shallow water. The decks were covered by waterproof roofs to protect the inside of the classroom from the rain. Underneath the roofs were desks, books, bookshelves, and computers. Every boat was built to accommodate between 30 and 35 students. The boats had everything you might find in a regular classroom. The only difference was that they floated on a river. Let's pause right here. We have question number 2. Okay, the organization of paragraphs 2 through 4 contributes to the author's main idea by. Now we have 4 different answers. I'm going to show you on this only paragraphs 2 through 4. And I want you to read through them again and see which one you can find the evidence for the answer. This is very important. Look for the evidence. All right, continuing on. Paragraph 5, these boats have been a great success. Today, Rezwan and his organization operate 88 boats that navigate hundreds of rivers in northern Bangladesh. About half the boats are used as schools, and the other half are used as temporary houses during the flood season. In addition to the schools and the temporary housing, there are also a floating technology and training center, a library that allows students to check out books, and a healthcare center. The school boats travel along the rivers and pick up students for classes that include computer technology, agriculture, and human rights. After one session finishes, the boat drops the students off at home and picks up more students. Teachers on the boat usually conduct 3 or 4 sessions every day. Let's pause here for question number 3. The reader can conclude that Rezwan believes that. Now, you are finding exactly what Rezwan, the person who created the boats, has evidence of belief. At night, the boats provide additional learning opportunities for students and community members. Adults attend evening literacy courses. Students study using solar lamps that are charged during the day at stations near the river. Special equipment on the boat also projects lessons onto big screens made from sailcloth. People can come down to the riverbank to watch web tutorials, documentaries, and other films. In all, these boats help educate close to 90,000 families in Bangladesh. Okay, next question. Which sentence from the article best supports the claim that Rezwan's boats have successfully addressed a problem in Bangladesh? All right, let's go back to our article. I'm going to highlight the 4 sentences in the question. Okay, I've highlighted the 4 sentences that are in the example. Let's think about what was the problem in this article. Okay, the problem is that people in poor areas do not get education. So think about which one solves the problem of people getting an education. Parents who live in the flood area are happy to have the boats in their communities. When asked about the program, Farida, whose 6-year-old daughter attends class on a school boat, said, "It was difficult for my parents to send me to school, but now all of the facilities are in the village. I have started planning for my daughter's future education. I want to see her become a doctor or engineer." Okay, let's look at our next question. Read the sentences highlighted in paragraph 7 by blue. This quotation shows that. Now, believe what is Farida's saying about her and her future daughter's education. All right, let's address our next question on the pictures. We can see this picture here as well as the other one from before if you back up your video. Our next question is, the message conveyed by the photographs is that. Okay, we are only looking at the photographs. Okay, what do you see on the photographs? Students sitting and reading. Okay, we have a teacher looking at a book, and in the previous photograph, a boat. Do you see any kind of weather? I see just sunny. I don't see any water either. So, check these and see which one you have evidence for in just the picture. Our finale. By floating down these rivers, the school boats deliver more than books. They deliver knowledge, opportunity, and hope to all generations. This library boat inspired me, said 18-year-old student Shanto Islam, who enjoys reading science fiction books. I started to dream. Islam now wants to attend a university. Okay, our last question. What statement about education does the article best support? All right, we're thinking about the article, finding your evidence. Go back and see if you can see evidence for each one of these. That concludes our review on nonfiction and our practice questions. Please make sure you answer all your questions and submit. This will be for a grade. Thank you so much.